Hello, everybody, and welcome to Vimbue.com, a smart way to learn anything you want to learn. Today, in this session, we are going to learn various ways of creating a selection screen in SAP ABAP. Let's create a program first of all, going into SE38. You can name your program starting from Z. We'll name it as Z Vimbue Cell Screen because it is for selection screen. Press on Create button. Enter the title. We'll say Test Selection Screen. You can mention this title, and this title would be shown on the selection screen. Then choose the executable program and save it in the local object. You can choose a package if you want to create a request. Once you are in your editor, now you can play with your keywords to create a selection screen. We'll start with just one input field for the user. In SAP, that input field is called as parameter. So we'll first create a parameter for the user entry. The keyword for parameter is parameters itself. So while creating parameters, all that you need to do is just mention the parameter name by putting a keyword parameters, say p underscore name, and then the type. We will choose the type as C. So C is by default, so we don't have to write C. Just mention the length of the parameter. We'll choose it's 10 and activate it. Here you go with your first screen. P underscore name is the field that we have chosen, and there is an input value for the user. You have the run button by default given by SAP. The test selection screen is mentioned on the screen, and this is nothing but the name of the program that we have chosen. So we have our first parameter field with us, but it's just a parameter, so we wanted a frame over it. So you can create a frame by putting a keyword called selection screen begin of block. This particular keyword tells the system that I want the under mention fields into a block. So you need to tell the block name. So we'll say selection screen begin of block as a keyword, and B1 is the name of our block. So selection screen begin of block B1 with frame, and then to end the block you need to say selection screen end of block B1. Pretty simple to understand, and then just activate it, save it, and this will let the parameter to come into the frame. As you can see, the dark blue frame is there with the p underscore name, but you don't have a title so far. So let's just play more with the frame and add a title. So you have a keyword title, and then you can have a text symbol, text 001. Now text symbol 001 is not yet created. To create a text symbol, just double click and use the forward navigation functionality. Say yes, and then save the current changes you have made so far. Here you can enter your name of the frame. You will call it as selection screen. So this is a text symbol that we have created, and we're going to use it. Don't forget to activate a text symbol separately because it is a standalone entity. So now you have your screen ready with a frame and a field. As you can see on the frame, you have selection screen mentioned now. So you have an input field for user with a frame with a heading. Now let's play more with the ranges. So for ranges in SAP, you have select options as the keyword, and a range is always for one particular field. So range, when you create from and to, it is not two fields, it's actually for a field. So a select option is always created for an existing field. So let's first create a field. It is LV underscore number, and we'll say it as type int 4, and then for this particular number I'm going to create a select option range for a person to enter. So I will say select options as my keyword. S underscore number is my select options range. So I will say S underscore number for LV underscore number. So LV underscore number is the field for which my this select option is going to run, and This particular keyword would tell the system that s underscore number is going to hold a range. So most probably s underscore number is going to be uh, an internal table which is going to hold the values that you are going to enter. As you can see on your selection screen, you have from and to fields now with s underscore number. Here you can enter your range. You might want to have, let's say, 1 in the left column and 10 on the right column. This will tell the system that for number you have a range from 1 to 10. So system will consider it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10. Then on the right side of s underscore number, you have a button. If you click on it, it is this gives you a whole bunch of options to put. You have select ranges, you have excluding ranges and excluding values, where you can enter the values that you want to exclude. And then for single values also, you have a lot of options that you can go with. Equal to, less than, greater than, less than, greater than and equal to. So all these options comes just by putting a keyword called select options. You don't have to do anything to create all these functionalities. After creating this, let's just play more with some checkboxes and some radio button. For checkboxes again, in a parameter for user to input. So the keyword remains the same as parameter. So you would say parameter, and any name you want to put. We'll say p underscore ch underscore box, and then the keyword would be as checkbox. This will tell the system that this parameter is a checkbox. And once you say as checkbox, just save it and activate it, and this will make a checkbox for you. This is pretty simple, and it's easy way to create a checkbox. You can see p underscore ch underscore box is there in front of you. And now you can also create a radio button with the same fashion, and radio buttons are also parameters, so the keyword would be the same. But once you're creating a radio button, don't forget that radio buttons are always with the group, and it is always in more than one number, because if you don't have more than one radio button, it doesn't make sense to have a radio button altogether. It needs to be a checkbox. So the keyword for radio button is parameters, and the keyword would be radio button group and the group name. The group name is grp1 for us, and we have to have 2 radio buttons at least in the same group. So we'll say radio 2 radio button group again as a keyword, and then grp1 is going to be the same, because group needs to be the same for a group of radio buttons. So grp1 is there in front of you now, and then just activate it. If you don't have any error, the system will activate and make radio buttons in a group for you. So you can run it and see that you have radio buttons with you. You can click on them and they would work fine. But what I don't like is that these things are coming as p underscore name, s underscore name. I want name to come as name, not p underscore name and all that. So go to elements and your selection text, and you can there enter your text for all the selection screen fields. So you can choose whatever you want. We'll say test check for checkbox name, rad1 and rad2 for your radio buttons, and then number or whatever you like for the other field, and then just save it and activate it. Don't forget to activate the text symbol. They are different entity altogether. Then just activate your program and enjoy your radio button, checkbox, field, select options. Thank you.